Hey Wanderers, as of 1st October 2022, there's been a few new updates to South Korea's travel requirements. So in today's video, I'm going to talk about the new PCR testing, KETA scams that you should be aware of, and the latest rules on wearing masks. So if you're planning to travel to Korea soon, make sure you watch this video. About a month ago, South Korea lifted its PCR testing requirements for inbound travelers in time for the Chuseok holidays, also known as Korean Thanksgiving. This news came from the Central Disaster and Safety Countermeasure Headquarters, which says that no more PCR test is needed before traveling to South Korea. And this applies to both South Korean citizens and non-citizens. Previously, travelers are required to submit a negative PCR test result that was taken within 48 hours of arrival before being allowed into the country. These measures are of course a huge inconvenience to people, and they are also costly, which is why the South Korean government has been criticized for this. And now, here's the latest update effective as of 1st October 2022. South Korea has further lifted all preventive measures and is allowing for quarantine-free travel. All travelers are included regardless of vaccination status. So yes, this means that no COVID-19 testing is required anymore for both pre-departure and on arrival, regardless of whether you've been vaccinated before or not. Other than that, you'll also need to apply for the Korea Electronic Travel Authorization, otherwise known as the KETA, or you need to get a separate visa. Then you'll also need to get a Q code. All of that is coming up next. You'll need to apply for a KETA if your country is eligible for it. Otherwise, you'll need to apply for a visa separately. Remember, you only need either the KETA or visa, not both. So don't worry if you already have either one of them. You want to apply for the KETA at least 1 month in advance because of the long processing times, though I've seen people having trouble getting theirs approved even though they've applied 2 months ahead of their trip. Since the KETA is valid for 2 years, I would just play it safe and start applying at least 3 months in advance, just so I have that extra safety net from anything that might stop me from going on my trip. If you don't know where to apply for the KETA online, here's where things can get a little scary, because there's loads of fake websites out there that are operating KETA scams. They usually charge you way more than the official 10,000 won price tag, or $7 US, and there's no guarantee you'll even get anything after paying. Here's the truth, the KETA can only be applied from the official website, which is www.keta.go.kr, or from the official KETA mobile app. There are no third-party agents and websites involved, so don't believe anyone who tells you otherwise. The application fee is always 10,000 won or $7 US, so if you see a site that's charging you way more than that, it's very likely that that's a scam. The Q code is necessary because it holds all of your vaccine information. Even if you no longer need to be vaccinated to enter South Korea, the Q code allows for faster quarantine inspections, so it's definitely helpful to get it. You need to apply for the Q code within 3 days of your departure to South Korea. This is to ensure the information is kept up to date, so you can't apply for it if your trip is more than 3 days away. Links to the official websites for the KETA and Q codes are in the description box below, so make sure to check that out. But is it really a good time to travel to South Korea now? Well, based on the number of cases, the country is facing a downtrend of COVID-19, which is why measures are being removed. However, should the cases go up again or if a new fatal strain emerges, the border control may very well be put back in place. Those who show symptoms within 3 days of their arrival to the country can get a free PCR test at any public health center. Visitors are reminded to wear their masks in closed areas, like when riding public transport or eating inside a restaurant. You don't have to wear your mask in open areas. Let me know if this video was helpful at all, or if you have any more questions about traveling to Korea, drop me a comment below. Until next time, stay safe, Wanderers!